What's going on, guys? We are back. E3 is finished. I'm here with a special generic Rambles. We're talking about E3 2021. Without further ado, I'm gonna hop in this thing because it might be a really long one, and I have a lot to say about a lot of stuff. So I was gonna split it into two videos, but I was like, let's do this one whole video. You guys are awesome. You guys watch my videos. I appreciate you guys. So before I go any further, the first thing I want to say is thank you all the video game developers, the gaming companies, anything to do with gaming that came together with any type of small information they had to any of their games that came together and brought us anything today. There was a lot of people complaining about nothing good got revealed. A lot of people upset about certain conferences didn't show this, didn't show that, even though that Pacific companies did come out on Twitter and say, this is what we're going to show. This is what you're going to expect. Don't expect much for these type of shows. And with that said, I want to thank everybody, like I said, everybody that's involved around gaming, E3, that came together to show anything that they had. Because if they didn't show anything, we wouldn't have an E3. I know a lot of people probably didn't want an E3. A lot of people say they didn't want an E3 because nothing was really shown, but I think that's false. I think if we didn't get an E3, people would still complain and still be butthurt about the situation. So, with all my heart, thank you to all the video game companies that came together to show anything, just a crumb of game of anything. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. And thank you again. And another thing I want to add to it, guys, to anybody that was upset that nothing was really shown, you got to remember we are kind of still in a pandemic, and we were in a pandemic, a really bad pandemic, and we had a lot of game companies slow down, shut down their studios, having their developers work from home, or vice versa. So, guys, don't be a sour cat about it. No. I don't even know what the heck a sour cat is, but a sour cat, don't be a sour cat. So guys, let's go into it. I want to talk about gaming presentations because that's like one of my favorite things. I really do like to watch game presentations. So vice versa, I watched the Xbox conference, my Xbox Bethesda conference. I did watch the Capcom. I did watch Nintendo. I did watch. Oh boy, what did I watch? Because unfortunately, someone was lackluster and it didn't do so great. But I did see a lot of games that I did want to play, and I'm here to tell you about those games that I enjoyed. And at the end, I got a little special segment at the end. So let's talk about let's go into it. And you know what? No, we're not going to go into that. I want to talk more about presentations because I believe the two best presentations here were at Microsoft, Xbox, and Bethesda, and Nintendo. Capcom had a really good one. They said what they were going to say, and they presented really bad. I'll say the only thing that was weird in the Capcom conference, if you guys watched it, was they chose Ace Attorney for gameplay. I feel like the trailer for that game explained itself. It really didn't really need a explanation deep dive into that game. I did like that we got a tease of Resident Evil 8 getting DLC. That is awesome. I'm glad how they handled that because I don't think they were that sure because I didn't like the DLC at 7 per se because they already had DLC planned. It seems like 8 they didn't kind of have it planned. They're just like, oh, yeah, we're gonna see how it goes and go from there. Square Enix, went over my head, but Square Enix was another conference that I did watch. And I kind of enjoyed that one, but that was another one. I think they had the opposite problem. I think they showed too much of one of their games. They pretty much showed a trailer, which was a really good trailer for that game, and then afterwards they did a developer dive. I don't mind developer dives. I think they're good once they're in their place. But the longevity gameplay was kind of, it's like, why did you do that? You kept on going with this long, very long display of this game. So, oh man, what else they talk about? So I think that was the conferences that I kind of watched. Nintendo was very good about showing what they wanted back. So that's one thing I did like about Nintendo. They had segments where they talk, like developer talk, not really developer talk. That's what the Treehouse for, which is a great move on Nintendo. But they talked at the beginning, middle, end, and they kept on showing games after games after games. That's what a lot of people like. A lot of people like that type of presentation where they keep on going game, vice versa. Did my Xbox and Bethesda do, where they have a talking segment for pretty much a lot of their games, probably like 10 of their games that they show out of the 30, I believe, 30 or 27 games they showed. They had that set up versus showing gameplay or games with just trailers, CG trailers. And some people like that as well. So I hear, I'm reading a lot of tweets saying that, oh, Nintendo had a better conference. No, versus Xbox had a better conference. No, they both had equally same great conferences, in my opinion. Just they went in different pathways, and they're both good in that aspect. So I want to hit you guys with some games that I enjoyed. And when I get through, I like to, if you go down in the comments, post the games, not post, write about the games that you guys enjoyed. I want to hear about them. I want to talk to you about them, vice versa. So one of the games that caught my attention off the bat, I'm not going to go to Big Boy because we're not going Big Boy, was Metal Slug Tactics. Now, Metal Slug is a little bit weird for me. I played Metal Slug in arcades. I don't know if y'all ever played Metal Slug in arcades. They were like arcade cabinets in Pizza Hut. Like Pizza Hut had arcade cabinets of Metal Slug. It's an old school side scroll, like Contra type of action game that you played. But now they brought back this franchise into a tactic situation. You guys might not know, I suck at tactic games, but I like tactic games in certain aspects. And this game is one of those perfect aspects that I enjoy very much. So I'm looking forward to that one. I recommend you guys keep your eyes on that one. It's going to be really cool. They didn't show much of it. It had a lot of animated scenes in it, which was really cool. So that one's take the cake. Another game that caught my attention is Guardians of the Galaxy. That was at the Square Enix conference. I like Marvel. I'm wearing a Marvel shirt right now. You probably can see who it is by just a little bit, but I like Marvel Comics. I enjoyed Marvel Comics since I was a kid. I watched the original X-Men cartoon in the 90s, Silver Surfer, all those cartoons growing up. I didn't read many comic books growing up. My older brother read comics to me, so I'm like Marvel nuthead because I like superheroes at the end of the day. Guardians of the Galaxy caught my attention. Graphically looked really good. Loved the character designs on all the characters. Star-Lord looks a little bit weird, I'm not gonna lie, but the game looks fresh. The game looks good. I want to see more of it. I see a lot of people talk about that it has some rendering issues, but no game is perfect. I can overlook that. Gameplay for that game looks really good. It actually looks like a video game, and I enjoy that. I was scared by what the realistic graphics were, or the graphic style. I'm not going to say realistic graphics no more. With the graphic style of that game, I was really afraid that that game itself would just be like, oh, I'm going to be a stiff, you know? And I think they're going in the right direction for it. They got the Fantastic on the side. When you get your combo attacks, you can do your team buddy stuff with the game. I do want to see more menus because they showed a lot of the game. They showed the action. I'm satisfied with the combat system and the dialogue system because they made Deus Ex as well. So all that stuff aside, I just want to see some menus. I want to see how the character skill tree levels up, and I want to know if it's more to that game than just that planet, because that game has a lot of potential, and I'm gonna keep my eye on it because that's the game I'm kind of looking forward to play. I'm gonna just get this one out of the way right now. Elden Ring. Nobody asked for Elden Ring. Get out of here. I'm just joking, but Elden Ring, dude. Elden Ring looks really good. I only beat Bloodborne. Bloodborne is my only Suds. It's my only Suds game that I ever played. No, it's my only Souls game / Blood game that I played and beat. I have played Dark Souls. I played Dark Souls 1, I played Dark Souls 2, I played Dark Souls 3. I have played Demon Souls OG original, and I enjoyed all those type of games. Those games were good. I enjoyed them. Elden Ring. I don't know what I want to say about Elden Ring. The game looks really good. The game looks really good. The game looks really fun. Open world, a mixture of Shadow Colossus. So you see like the giant colossal enemies. It looks really fun. I know I'm saying fun a lot, but I got to emphasize that game looks fun. Why do we play video games? Because they're fun. The game looks fun. I'm gonna say it one last time. Fun. But Elden Ring, and it comes out January 21st. I think the same day as Pokemon Arceus. So that's gonna be a little far cry of a game. And the dog's barking. Screw that dog. Anyway, we got the next game, Redfall. We didn't see much of Redfall. Redfall is a Microsoft game, Microsoft exclusive. We didn't show no gameplay. I know a lot of people are upset because they didn't show no gameplay. I'm pretty sure if E3 was back into the normal feature, it would have some gameplay on the game floor, but it really doesn't. But it's an interesting co-op 4-player game, or you can play single player, and basically vampires that you hunt. Cool concept. Cool concept. I'm all for cool concepts. If you give me a concept, I'll give your game a shot. I really do. Because just show me some gameplay, and the gameplay just has to be basic. Like, not basic as in like basic stuff that you can do. It just has to be balanced, fun. Then go from there. Because if it's not fun and basic, where you can just pick up the game and pick up and play, the game's not going to be good. That's just the way I see it. That's how I look at it. Another game was announced today of the release of this video. Metroid Prime. Not Metro Prime. Not Metro Prime. Metro Prime wasn't there. I slipped. No Metro Prime. Metro Prime don't exist. Metroid 5. Metroid Dread. It's been 19 years since the last 2D side-scrolling brand new Metroid. The game looks good. The game looks good. The game looks fun. It has like a nemesis system, like Resident Evil 3. You have the little robot. I wouldn't say little robot. I'm just going to call him Nemesis Robot, chasing you around the levels, and you can't do anything about it. You have to like solar flare this guy's face and like slide under him and run by him. But it's completely side-scroll on the Nintendo Switch, and it comes out this year. Great game. It looks really good. Another game to play, and I'm keeping my eye on it. I don't even have money for these games, and I'm just like, ooh, I'm excited. I was like, ooh, I'm excited. Another game that I saw at the Xbox conference. Apparently, people are talking about it. It's already talked about. I know nothing about it. The trailer came out, and it was just a bunch of hoopwash. Like, it made no sense. But my D-Rock brain was like, I need more of this game. I don't know what this is, but I want it. The game is called Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart. Check it out. Like, I can't describe it. It was free. Like, robots coming after you, chasing you, robots disassembling, floating around, reassembling, and just chasing you. Then the main character like punching. Like, I can't explain it, bro. It was some wild cake, man. I just know it was dope. It was dope. It got my attention. Like I said, it doesn't take much to get my attention, but that game was hype, and the game's hype. Another game that's on my radar is it's easy, Mario Party. Mario Party Superstar. I am kind of upset about this game. I'm a little salty about this game because when they said it, how they worded the announcement, it seemed like it was going to be an expansion to Super Mario Party. And it's not. It's its own separate game. It's, I think it said the first 5 games. I think it's the first 5 games. I'm not 100% sure. But it was the first 5 games and the best mini games of those games, as I stated in my video before. And it has online multiplayer and save each round. So if somebody get disconnected, you can reload, bring them back in, and continue on with your matches, with your parties. I love Mario Party. Huge Mario Party fan since the beginning of time. And the game is fully button, no motion controls. So you can play with your Joy-Cons normally, and you can play with the I was about to say PlayStation Pro controller. There's no PlayStation Pro controller. No, there is and you can play with the Switch Pro controller, which is amazing. It's amazing. I love Mario Party. This is going to bring a lot more people in. I'm just a little bit salty that I have to go out and pay full price for it. No, it's Mario Party. I gladly give that game $60. I don't know what I'm talking about. I was just saying. I just wished it was like a $30 game that was an expansion to Super Mario Party. That's all I'd ask. That's all your homie ask. But maybe that's what they're gonna plan with this. They're gonna probably add more for DLC for this one as well. Who knows? It's Nintendo. They don't like money, but sometimes like money. They do like to make money, but I don't know how they make their decisions. An indie game that was on the Xbox conference called Somerville caught my attention. Um, Basically, it's a family. It's the father, the mother, and child, and something happens in the world. They get separated, and you have a dog. I guess you travel the world, or no, travel wherever you're at, to find your family again, get back together with the family, and you're going through the destruction of the world. I'm assuming they don't really say what's going on in the trailer, but it caught my attention. It looks really good. I like indie games. Indie games are cheap, great, and fun. Who doesn't like cheap grape? I like grape, so we're gonna add four. We like cheap games, we like fun games, and we like cheap games, and we like going with grapes. So eat grapes, play games. Another great game that got announced today, Shimagame Tensei 5. Let me tell you about this one. This one's a little bit different. This game is fully made on the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch exclusive. Exclusive. It might be on PC. But um, this game caught my attention because this game is going to be a SMT game that's fully digital. Um, that they remade the sprites for all the characters. Because you might say, oh, Nocturne is 3D. Yeah, you're right. Nocturne is a 3D game. But they're not using those sprites. They're not using those old school PS2 HD sprites. They're using Nintendo Switch sprites. And I think the game looks good. And I think another reason why the game they haven't came out, if you looked at the trailer, if you look at how the game looks good. I gotta say that. That's one of the words I'm gonna say a lot. The game looks good. But if you look at the sand and the wind particle, the particles, and how the game looks, I can tell they had a lot of problem with the sand, and that's probably why they didn't want to show the game so soon. But they finally showed it. Comes out November 10th, no, November 11th. They took a lot of stuff from Tokyo Mirage Session. If you haven't played that game, please check that game out. It's a really good SMT crossover with the Fire Emblem series. Highly recommend it. Good game. Easy to play too as well. But they took a lot of the HUDs from that game and a lot of the playstyles from that game as well by keeping a traditional SMT as well. So that's another good game to keep out on your radar. The last game I want to talk about is another indie type of game called Replace. It's a side scroll. I don't want to say a beat 'em up, but it's a side scroll kind of type of game. But that game looked really interesting. They really didn't show much of it, but the animations for the pixel or the characters that you use in battle looked really good. Highly recommend it. But yeah, that's all my games that like popped out to me about E3. Uh, I know what you guys waiting. You're like, D-Rock, we need a E3 rating. Um, we're not gonna do that here. Let me tell you something. We're not gonna rate anything. At the end of the day, I want, and hopefully what you want is video games. And hopefully you see a video game that you like. Now, if you see something that you don't like, you have your opinion to express. You don't like that game. And hopefully when you express it, you do it in a reasonable manner, not just saying a game is trash for this reason, it should be this game, or yada, that game. I believe all the video game announcements were good. I didn't. There was a few games that I saw that I wasn't interested in, but I was like, you know what, I'll probably give it a shot. But at the end of the day, it's the games that we watch uh, and we want to play. Um, we also get hype. Another thing we need to be careful as gamers, we want something new all the time. Then we're forgetting about our backlogs or games that previously was announced. Then when that game comes out, we're so hyped for the new game that we're already trashing the game that we were hyped for 2 years ago. We need to stop that type of thinking. We need to evolve as gamers, as our culture, and just enjoy the games that we get, enjoy the games that are announced, and be patient for the future games that wasn't shown still yet, that's in the graveyard. That's Metroid Prime. That's whatever the next installment in Kingdom Hearts is. That's Bayonetta 3. Those games will come in time, and they will be amazing when they do show up. Or they can just be absolutely taco. It's whatever you choose it to be, but there's no point to. I know we like to joke, we like to make memes, and for example, Final Fantasy Origins was not what I was expecting it from the Square Enix and was it Team Ninja combination. The demo is finally up. They had problems with that, but I just looked at one stripper played probably 5 minutes of it. The game looks solid. The game looks solid. As for gameplay mechanic wise, I know a lot of people are joking that it's like it looks like a PS2 game. Like no, like honestly, if you want to be straight up honest, it looks like a late PS3 game. No, what's wrong with that? We played 10 years of PS3 and Xbox 360 games. Like seriously, like why are you complaining? Before that, we played PS2, GameCube, and Xbox original games for about 8 to 10 years as well. We played the original PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and the old Nintendo for a long period of time. Yeah, you got your new generation of gamers playing the new consoles on the new top quality, but if you don't branch out to something new or try something older just to see where it came from, and don't get the game at least 2 to 3 hours of a chance, are you actually playing a game? Are you actually trying to enjoy the game? Do the game graphics, do they have to look like real people for you to have fun? You don't care if the game is stylized graphics a certain way just so you can play it? If a game looks childish, do you not want to play the game? That's like, oh, the game looks childish, I will not play it at all. What if Halo came out and it looked childish? People probably wouldn't play it. What if the original Final Fantasy looked like Final Fantasy Origins? They wore T-shirts and stuff. Will we not enjoy it? I don't know. I'm not trying to do no William Shakespeare. I'm just being honest, and I'm kind of as a gamer in the gaming community, I am kind of upset that we are being like this because people will talk, oh, that's trash right off the bat, you know, and I know people like to trigger certain things. That's cool. I got my group of friends that'll joke, and I know when they're joking and whatnot. But there's people on the internet that just wants to start a war. That wants to start a war. But some people want to watch the world burn. That's what it is. That's what it is. But let's get this kind of going. But yeah, that was my E3. I do have one last segment that I want to talk to you guys about. It's not really anything crazy, not anything big, but I always wanted to do awards for a game show for myself. I don't have nothing crazy to announce, but I would say the best. If I had to do like a little segment, I got 3 awards down. The Meta Awards. This will be the unofficial first one, so get these down and remember. Best reveal, Elden Ring. You can get your clap. I'll say game that keep your eye out on if you hear any information on it, or keep an eye on it. See what you got to do from there. It will be Atomic Heart. Then the D-Rock hype game that I'm most hyped for is Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh man, so I got all that out of the way. I want to get the awards out of the way because I have another segment. So let's talk about things that weren't there and why we probably didn't see them there and why we shouldn't be upset about it. And it goes down to this. I know a lot of people wanted to see Final Fantasy 16. I know a lot of people wanted to see the next installment of Kingdom Hearts. I know a lot of people wanted to see some Pokemon. I know that some people wanted to see if the new Nintendo Switch was true. I have to tell you guys, also for Capcom, there's people that I wanted to see whatever Capcom was cooking next. Um, what I want to say to you guys is there's Tokyo Game Show, first of all. We might get something big at Tokyo Game Show. Um, but I really do want to see something next on Final Fantasy 16. I really do want to see something on Final Fantasy Part 2. Remake Part 2, I'm sorry. But we gotta let those games cook. You gotta give these games time. You gotta let it cook. We just got Final Fantasy 7 intermission and intermission and inter prologue for Yuffie, um, which I seen half a gameplay for. The game looks amazing. I wish I had a PS5 to play it, but unfortunately I do not. But I am still excited to play it when I do get my hands on that game. And it might be a chance that game DLC might come out for PS4, but I'm going to have that on a different video for you guys to check out my theories on that. But we got to let these games cook. We got to give them time. Don't whine about it. It will come. And it will shock you. And it will make you happy, or it'll make you cry, or it'll make you rage. And also with Final Fantasy games, you gotta know how Square Enix works. They usually show a game and they wait a long time till they show it again. They just want us to know that it is coming. Will we have to wait as long as we did Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Final Fantasy 15? No, I do not. I think we will see more on 16 and more on Final Fantasy Remake 2, maybe at Tokyo Game Show, maybe before at a PlayStation State of Play. We will see those games. They will see the light of day again, and it will be amazing. Capcom, I know they're working hard. I know a lot of people want to see a Mega Man. A lot of people want to see a new Devil May Cry. A lot of people want to see Dragon's Dogma. People want to see already Resident Evil 9, Resident Evil 4 Remake, if it's true. There's a lot of stuff going on, but we can't have it too much. We should be, Capcom fans should be happy. We're getting a lot of Resident Evil content. We're getting a Resident Evil live action movie. We're getting a Resident Evil CG on Netflix. We're getting a Resident Evil live action TV show. It might not be crazy. It might not be like crazy. I know a lot of people are upset about it, but we got the main storyline. The main storyline's fine. Nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to say conceal your hype. I think we need our hype. Our hype keeps us alive for video games. It keeps us excited for new video games. It's okay to expect the world and beyond, but we shouldn't get salty and be like, oh, they didn't show Final Fantasy Remake 2. Square Enix show is completely trash. No, even though the Square Enix show was a bad boo-boo. I'm not gonna lie, it was a bad boo-boo. It was a bad boo-boo. But they did say what they were going to have on it. So the bad boo-boo turns into an okay boo-boo. So, yeah, that's my video for E3. Thank you guys for checking it out. It's a little bit of a long one. I hope you guys enjoy it. I have this one, and I'll be working on another one probably tonight. And we'll have that one out tomorrow. This one will be out now. You're probably watching it right now. But I'll have one more video. I'll make that one, and you'll see that one the next day. And yeah, that's my E3 thoughts. Not really thoughts, me just kind of that's why it's kind of a generic rambles, because I just kind of ramble what my thoughts are on everything and kind of talk about it. You know what I mean? I do want to add, I gotta add these little small segments to let you guys know. Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you guys for the comments. Thank you guys for sticking with me and checking my opinions out. It means the world for me. I hope to make better content in the future. I hope to introduce my new segments, my new story arcs that I have planned for this channel. I really have some great ideas that I want to share with you guys and more thoughts on stuff. And it's going slow but surely, but I can say for once I'm actually happy with what I'm doing. So I just want to end this segment with something new. Make sure to say 3 things about yourself that you love, and you say it every day. Mental health is very important, and you need need to take care of yourself mentally and physically. And I am going to stick that stuff into your head like juju beans. But yeah, so that's the end of the video. Give me guys a like if you enjoyed it. Give me guys a dislike if you disliked it. Write anything that you want in the comments. What games that you enjoyed, what games you didn't enjoy, which presentations you liked, didn't like, and vice versa. And before I wrap this up finally, because I know you guys are probably like, you didn't mention Smash nor Halo. Well, here's my thoughts. Halo looks a lot better. Good on Microsoft. Free online, not free online, free multiplayer. So multiplayer is gonna be free for Halo Infinite, which is cool. I want to see more Halo, of course, which we'll probably see more in the days to come. But it looks good. Good job. Good job on the team that's creating Halo at the moment. I can't think of you guys' names. I'm very sorry. And Smash. We had a Smash reveal. Kazuha from Tekken has made it into Smash. I am very excited for that. I am happy for him. And we're going to get him his Smash Direct in the future of this month. So something else to look forward to. And I'm glad of that reveal. I was actually scared that we were actually going to get Sora for half a minute. I have nothing against Sora. If y'all know, I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. But Sora and Smash, not really feeling it. And that wasn't meant to be a Xenoblade joke. Oh, I did forget something. That's going to be a video another time. Until next time, guys, you guys take it easy.